Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. 2 games down and 2 to go at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in our 3rd game of the day. It is the Mountaineer Lumber Company, Been a long day and just wrote out the lineup, so we're kind of a bit behind schedule here. The Mountaineer Lumber Company taking on the Canton Class A's up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Let's try this again. Good afternoon and welcome to Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium here in Canton, Ohio. Game number 3 out of 4 today at the stadium as a part of the 2025 NABF College World Series. And it looks to be a good one as the Mountaineer Lumber Company looks to improve to 2-0 in the tournament as they take on the Canton Class A's. We do apologize. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. No directly sound internet here at Thurman Munson, believe it or not. So we are doing our best with what we got. We were good through 2 games, but now the issues are seemingly coming back. So we're going to do our best with what we have here for game number 3. The Mountaineer Lumber Company, once again, the visitors, as the first pitch is over the plate. It is strike 1 at 4:51, and that only puts us nearly an hour behind schedule, Cam.
Only an hour.
Luke Ickes is leading things off for the Lumber Company. He had a great outing last time out. He was the winning pitcher as he pitched the final 2 innings, the 7th and the 8th inning. And on top of that, he had a pair of hits, including a big double that kept the Lumber Company in the game. But he is quickly down to the count 0-2. And that time he is able to get connection, and he is able to drive it off to the left side for a leadoff single.
Yeah, didn't try and do too much with it. Kind of the opposite of what we saw him do the first game. Pulled most of the balls he hit. That time, like I said, didn't try and do too much with it. Waited till it was in the back of his stance and just served it up the other way.
And all you need is one hit to really propel the rest of your offense. And for Chris Maurer of the Canton Class A's, his goal is pretty simple here. Shut down the offense before it gets going. But after that first hit of the game from Ickes, that does set up the table nicely for Shemek in the number 2 slot. He had a couple of nice hits last game. He did have that double, which was the first hit of the game for the Lumber Company, but he was out trying to go to third, trying to turn a double into a triple. The 0-1 awkwardly hit up the middle. They will get the out at 2. They relay to 1, and it is in time. It is a double play for outs 1 and 2. Nicely done by the Class A's defense.
Was that a 1-6-3?
I believe 1-6-3 would be the format of the double play. And we will see it again here on the replay.
Good snag by the pitcher. Almost a double clutch moment over there at short, trying to get the ball out of his mitt, but able to stay composed and make a nice strong throw to first.
So on paper, 2 up, 2 down as Clark steps in, swings and misses there. 0-1 the count. Chris Maurer doing a good job so far. Maurer plays his college ball for Mount Union. So a couple of Mount Union versus Mount Union battles on hand in this one. Count now 1-1, and the honors are even. Once again, for those just tuning in, a very late start to today's game as all the games here are behind schedule, and same with Thurman Munson Field 2. Ground ball hit over towards first. It'll be easily scooped up, and the play is made by Aljancic, and the side is retired. It is a pseudo 1-2-3 inning with a double play helping out the cause. Middle of 1 in Canton. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom of the first inning here at Thurman Munson Stadium. No score on SmeeSports, and immediately we do have time called. Something was wrong, and I don't think Ragazzo is too happy with his left fielder. Something happened out there. I guess Clark wasn't ready to go or something along those lines, but now all parties seemingly satisfied, ready to play some baseball. Ragazzo's first pitch misses up high for ball one. Didn't see Aiden at all in the last game. 6'5", 280, so a towering stature. And he plays his high school ball, or college ball rather, for Walsh, where he is a rising junior. First strike of the day from Ragazzo. 1-1 the count on TJ Newman. Newman wearing number 1, leading things off for the Canton Class A's. The 1-1 hit foul, count now 1-2. Newman plays his college ball for Evangel University. The interesting thing about the Canton Class A's, it's a bunch of players playing in the Class A League, which was an old league that was resurrected in the past couple of years, and it has been running quite smoothly now. So that's a good sign of things to come, as it is an 18 and over division. But the college kids combining today, kind of going under the guise of the old Akron and Canton A's, as they will compete in this tournament to try and make Canton proud as they pretty much defend their home turf. It's weird because two teams are technically defending their home turf, at least at some point in their history, the A's and the Terriers. Here comes the 2-2 from Ragazzo, and it is going to miss high for ball 3. We are full. After Newman, it goes to Brady White, the second baseman. That is something that I did not think I would be saying today, but I guess Brady White is going to go and play some second base. Good rip down the third base side. Picked up at third. Nice block. Throw to one. In time. 1 up, 1 down. And one heck of a relay across the diamond. One of the best throws that you will see today. That is Rollison with the out. Brady Rollison, an excellent throw across. 1 up, 1 down. And that is going to bring in Brady White, the second baseman. He just finished up his time at Alliance. Not going too far away for college, though, as he is going to don the purple of the University of Mount Union, and he is going to play baseball for them. Could be a potential replacement for Bryson Fox in center field in the next couple of years, as he was primarily a center fielder for Coach Graffis at Alliance. And I'll tell you what, Cam, if you see his range, he is one heck of a center fielder. He is truly a top talent. We have seen it time and time again. Usually a leadoff guy. This time around, he is going to be batting number 2 in the order. 1-0 misses low for ball 2. But more on Brady. 18 years old, 5'10", 155, right-handed batter and center fielder. First team EBC honorable mention all district this past season with a .356 average, 31 hits and 14 stolen bases. White will pop it up into shallow right center field, and it will be caught for out number 2. That is Zach Hartman underneath it. So it is friendly fire between Purple Raiders. I said we'd have that matchup a lot today, Cam, and there it is once again. And I'm sure you as a BW student is loving this Civil War.
Something like that.
2 up, 2 down. And before we go on, I'm sure the Civil War is more in good fun than anything as they're trying to prove themselves. It is going to be Bryce Broom stepping in. First pitch up high for ball 1. Broom wearing number 2. He plays his college ball for Walsh. So a couple of Walsh Cavaliers battling it out. The 1-0 will miss wide left for ball 2. Next inning for the Lumber Company, it is going to be Mountaineer, Rollison, and Hussey, 4, 5, and 6. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Tereshko fires. Fly ball sent into left field. And it is a routine flyout, and the inning is over. Nicely done by the outfield as Braden Clark gets that put out to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 innings for both parties as no damage is done in the opening frame. Through 1 in Canton, no score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
One down, 6 to go in game number 3 of the day. No score through the first inning. And on top of that, Cam, outside of a leadoff single from Ickes, nothing else. There was a 6-4-3 double player, 1-6-3 double play that took him off of the diamond. So this game so far has been all defense, albeit in a very small sample size. But I would say kind of similar to that first game, a lower scoring affair, just nothing going early. And you look at both pitchers, Derichko and Maurer. I'm sure at some point in their career they have pitched here at Thurman Munson before, so this is not necessarily uncharted waters for them. So we'll see how they manage. It's a beautiful diamond, yes, and it is a warm day, but from what I've been told on the field, it's managed. And that's a testament to their training and their perseverance. Here comes the 2-2, driven foul, and we will see it again. I know, Cam, you said that the rain that was scheduled to hit here has dissipated, but if you look out in left center field and kind of over in foul territory and left, you're starting to see something roll in. Here comes the 2-2, swing and a miss, 1 up, 1 down, and that is a great start to the second inning for the Canton Class A's. First strikeout of the day for Chris Maurer. And once again, with all of these Purple Raiders on hand, this is an opportunity for the guys who don't play as much to really make a statement against their varsity counterparts. Now Brady Rollison, the third baseman, will step in the 5 slot. Rollison had some good swings in the last game. He is in the portal. We talked about it last time out, Cam, but he might have, I would say, one of the more pressurized situations in this tournament. Has to produce. Got to find a home somehow, and the best way to do it is these late season tournaments. And once again, this is a playoff game for these WRCL squads. They didn't have their actual tournament this year, so they really couldn't decide who was the number 1 team outside of just the regular season. This is an opportunity for that to change.
I believe there was a home run in the other field.
And that could be the case as it's now 3-0 over there. And I think it is the Jasper Reds on top. 0-2, it is popped into left field, has a chance to get down, and it will.
Whoa.
And it is going into the corner. That is going to be extra bases for Rollison. It is a bloop double. And the go-ahead run now stands in scoring position for the Lumber Company. What an obscure play as that one just kind of hangs up there before finally falling in a nice little nook in left. But with one down, it's CJ Hussey stepping in, and the shortstop has a good opportunity here to change the game a little bit. Hussey will take ball 1 up high. Definitely close, but not close enough, says the umpire. A lot of close calls and a lot of interesting decisions in and around the strike zone today, Cam. What have you thought of the calls behind the plate?
Well, it's hot. The umpires also want to go home, but could definitely probably clean it out, maybe bring in a little bit more.
And we'll see if that does happen as the day progresses. 1-1 the counts on Hussey. Maurer fires, swing and a miss. Now 1-2 the counts.
I also took a updated look at the radar. In about an hour and a half, we are expecting some rain now.
And there you go. I don't think it's really a surprise to see that change at all. I don't think you're really stunned either.
It should just be rain now.
And that is going to be strike 3 looking on the corner. 2 down. Second strikeout of the inning for Chris Maurer, and number 2 all the way around in this game. And after allowing that bloop double, he needed something to help out the defense, something to say, you know what, guys, we got this, and there it is. With 2 down, that'll bring in the hero from last time out, Dom Trevisano. Had a walk-off hit. I believe we called it an RBI double, and that won the game in extras. First pitch misses up high for ball 1. Once again, thank you to Canton McKinley for allowing us to use this beautiful press box at Thurman Munson Stadium. We are in the main box. We do have some radio/video booths off to our side, but we are in the main box today as I am also doing some PA duties before the game and other updates throughout. I do apologize as we did have to rush through the one moments ago. The internet in Munson is not the best, and you've seen that a couple of times, I'm sure, as we have had some connection issues, but signal isn't that great either for texting. So to get the message up here for the lineup cards, it has not been easy. We got them up here late. They did hold the game, so thank you to both coaches for allowing us to take our time with that. And then we went from there, but kind of rushing through, had to flip through names really quick and hopefully read my very dodgy handwriting, which is easier said than done, and a task that you would, I would assume, liken to taking the SAT.
Well, I'm glad you're reading it, not me, because I can't read your handwriting.
I don't think anybody can. 3-0 is right down Broadway now. 3-1 the counts. I'm trying to watch it back on the replay just to kind of see what's going on in the game and make sure the stream is running okay. If we do have any other hiccups, we do apologize. We are working with what we have. Ethernet not working in the stadium. 3-1, it is a pass ball for ball 4, and that is going to put runners in the corners. No, he wants it all, and now he is going to turn around. That is the right move from Rollison.
He was checking to make sure the pitcher was actually in a cover home. He was taking his time. He was walking there. Thankfully, he looked over his shoulder and realized the runner had a possibility of coming home, and he sprinted the rest of the way.
And I love that aggressive move, taking that extra zealous turn. It gives you an opportunity to make something happen out of nothing, and he very nearly did. Now it is Zach Zimmerman, the first baseman, stepping in the 8th slot, and luckily he got hits. And if you hear luckily he got hit, then you can kind of tell what kind of pitch that was, as that ran well inside. And now that will load up the bases for Zach Hartman, the right fielder. Hartman wearing number 27. He is a rising junior at the University of Mount Union. So yet another Purple Raider. But I do believe, Cam, you can agree with me on one thing. The OAC really did a lot of good this year in the NCAA tournament, really making a statement showing that we're not a slouch of a conference.
Absolutely.
I believe we got one win against Grove City. You guys beat somebody, then lost to Salisbury, and then I think, Owen, you got one win too.
I believe so. I believe we all got one.
Fly ball sent into right field, and that one will be caught, and the inning is over. Nicely done by the Class A's defense, as it is Broom and Wright getting the final out to end the top of the second inning. Bartiromo, Yoder, and Aljancic, 4, 5, and 6, set to hit when we return. You are watching the 2025 NABF College World Series on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Middle of the order, 4, 5, and 6 set to hit for the Canton Class A's in the bottom of the second inning. No score on SmeeSports. Cam, going back to the top of the inning. Bases loaded, 2 down, no damage done by the Lumber Company. And if this game does go in favor of the Class A's, I'm sure that is going to be a turning point that we look at. But it is Bartiromo, the catcher, stepping in, leading things off. He is wearing number 11 today, and he plays his college ball, well, actually here for Malone. Deep drive to right field. It is down in the corner for extra bases. Just like the spring season, it is a leadoff double for Bartiromo. And a nice, powerful drive gets us underway in the bottom of the inning. Yet another extra base hit. That'll be our second of the game. And once again, it's a beautiful drive into a deep portion of the outfield. To get that spark from your leadoff hitter in an inning is massive. And in a game like this, that could definitely sway the eventual bracket for Sunday. That is even better. And Bartiromo is going to have a courtesy runner in for him, it appears. That is going to be number 9. And I believe that is Cade Marks. So Marks will be running in place of Bartiromo. Now Ben Yoder steps in. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Ben Yoder, one of 2 Yoders on this roster, as he plays his college ball for Hiram, and I believe it is younger brother Sam who is also here as well. 1-0 fouled away, now 1-1 the count. That would make both of them former Dukes of Marlington High School. That is the other high school in Alliance, but more in the rural area. Out of nothing for a couple of miles, and then all of a sudden you just find yourself at Marlington. Good drive over towards second. A tough read. Throw to 1. It is in time for out number 1. But that is going to move up the lead runner in, I believe, Marks to third. So a productive ground out there. 1 down now, and that'll bring in Ryan Aljancic, the first baseman. Aljancic, he plays his college ball for Union. And he is part of that great lineage over at Louisville High School. I believe if you look at family ball in the state of Ohio, the Aljancics might take the cake, as they are across 3 different sports. It is Andy Aljancic field over at Louisville for baseball. We saw Tate this year dominate 3 sports, and he is going to Malone. And Cam, the crazy thing is, he's playing 2 sports. Basketball and baseball, not football. So we will see how Tate does down the road at Malone. The 1-1, swing and a miss, now 1-2 the count. And once again, Malone's home stadium is, well, here at Thurman Munson. They use this as their home diamond. And I believe Mount Union has made a trip or two here for their JV games. The 1-2, Aljancic will chop it foul. And also don't forget about Will Aljancic, because I believe he transferred up to Division I for basketball from Findlay. I know, Cam, you're not engulfed in the Stark County history, but the Aljancic family is one name that you got to know. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. Good response by Derichko as he now has his first strikeout of the day. 2 down now as Brock Palilli, one of the younger guys on these rosters, steps in. He just finished up his senior year at Massillon. And I believe he spent a lot of time this summer with the Midwest Stars 18U Fordois squad. We saw him back in our actual first, I believe, non-college game of the summer as the Midwest Stars ended up losing late. And ironically, one of his coaches, Joey Lehner, is following him up in the order as he is the number 9 hitter. Palilli takes the 1-0 on the inside edge. Now 1-1 the counts. But they ended up losing both games that day. But since then, they have done a great job to respond and get better. Hit up the middle, Derichko can't glove it, and it is going to be an RBI single for Brock Palilli, and that'll bring in the opening run of the game. It is the Class A's striking first in game number 3 of 4 today. Just a nice piece up the middle.
Yeah, it just kind of bounced right over the pitcher's head. Nothing you could do about it, and then all the way into center field. Just a good piece of hitting right there.
And you see it there, just sneaking right in. You said it perfectly. Just nowhere else for that ball to go but directly into center field. And that is a big first run of the game. After the RBI single, that is going to bring in the third baseman, number 26, Jackson Monard. Palilli is on with 2 down. Good rip down the right field line, but it is going to go foul. And as well, at some point, we will have a score update for the game going on the other diamond. And as always, you can check out scores on Game Changer for all of the games in the NABF World Series. 0-2 the counts. The pitch, it is there for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Derichko gets strikeout number 2 of the day, and the inning is over. But Brock Palilli, the young buck, provides a spark for the A's as he hits an RBI single up the gut to end the bottom of the second inning. Through 2 in Canton, it is the Class A's defending their home turf up 1-0 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Once again, we do apologize for the technical difficulties, trying to work on that as the game is progressing. Just messing with different settings and hoping something works, as we have had some connection issues throughout the day today. Good rip off into right center field, and it is going to drop in center field, and that is going to be extra bases. He wants more. He is going to third, and he is in there. It is a leadoff triple for Luke Ickes. How about that for the Lumber Company? Now 90 feet away from responding. That is exactly the spark they needed.
Huge crack of the bat and the blast in the center that followed. Just sent the fielder sprinting backwards, almost in a miraculous grab over the shoulder, but unable to do so, and the speed just absolutely killed.
The speed of Luke Ickes is matched by very few at this level. First pitch to Shemek is a ball, 1-0 the count. He hit into a 1-6-3 double play his last time up as well. Score update from field 2, middle of the second. It is the Jasper Reds up 4-0 on the Warhawks, and now on field number 1, we are tied up at 1 apiece. Good work by Luke Ickes, reading the down angle, and that'll make this situation for Shemek a lot easier to manage, I would say. As this is, I would say, a lot more enjoyable than having to bring in somebody to tie it up. But now the game tied up at 2, and this offense has a chance to just roll naturally now. Here's the 2-0, and it is going to be flown foul off to the left side. We still do have one more game left to go today here at Thurman Munson Stadium, Cam, and it should be a fun one as the Stark County Terriers take on the 3B Barons. Ground ball hit towards short. The throw across the diamond is on the money, and there is out number 1. Nice chuck across from Lehner. I believe that is the first time that we are calling his name since the double play back in the first inning. Joey Lehner played his high school ball, I believe, for Stowe Monroe Falls, and then made his way on over to Parma Heights to Ron Model Field to play ball for the Tri-C Triceratops, and he has one more year left there. Good rip into left center field, still going back, and it is going to be caught for out number 2. Good communication out in left center as Yoder takes it in. After the triple, 2 up, 2 down, and even more so, very good that they were able to get him home on that pass ball. And now it is going to be Missiner, the catcher, stepping in. 0-for-1 today as he struck out swinging his first time up. Ground ball chopped foul down the left field line. 0-1 the count. And I think for the first time today, when both games are going on simultaneously, field number 1 is ahead of field number 2. The 0-1 right down Broadway, now 0-2. And if they can get into the bottom of the third inning quickly, they could be a whole inning ahead. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. It is up high for ball 1. If Missiner can keep the inning going, it goes to Brady Rollison, the third baseman. His 1-2, flown down the right field line, and it is going to go foul. So we will see it again. But looking at who we've seen so far, and the one thing that we're not going to see is the B2 Bulls, are we kind of starting to see our field of 3 solidify itself? We'll see. The 1-2, there it is, strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Nice strikeout by Maurer. He now has 3 today, but on a pass ball, Ickes comes around to score and ties this one up at 1. Honors even at 1. Bottom of the third inning, up when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Two runs combined, 1-1 your score, and Cam, at least from a starting standpoint, this looks like it's going to be one of our better games today, if not the best game. This has been a, I would say, good start. Both teams getting on the board. Both things, I would say, looking good. The issue is, this is not going to win you a game, and this is going to give us a longer outing, but I think if it's like the last, or not the last game, rather the first game of the day, this could be a really good low-scoring affair. Which I think after what happened down the stretch in the last game, I don't think you want to see nothing. 2-0 the count to begin the inning. And it'll be popped up on the infield. And now it'll carry on foul and with a loud boom as well. 5 big booms as it hits off the roof. Come on now. I mean, I've given how many 70s and 80s references? I got to make sure that the younger generation is still involved in the broadcast.
Whatever.
Good crank down the right field line, foul. And I'll tell you what, if I mention half of these, I don't think you have heard of any of them.
I've heard of most of them.
The pressure luck, you know that?
Yes.
I don't know about that. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch from Derichko. And it is Lehner checking his swing. The appeal down the line says he held up and we are full. But Joey Lehner in an interesting spot is once again Brock Palilli, who brought in the opening run of the game for the Class A's, is one of his players with the Midwest Stars as he is an assistant coach. Payoff pitch, it is low for ball 4, and Lehner will lead things off with a walk. Looking so far at the hits, 3 for the Mountaineer Lumber Company and 2. And once again, we do apologize for our technical difficulties as we are still troubleshooting things, as unfortunately today we have been given no Wi-Fi and we are working on the hotspots as best as we can. First pitch in there for strike 1. Back to the top we go with TJ Newman, the center fielder. Throw back to 1. Now it's a rundown. Lehner going to second base, and he is out by a mile. 1 down. Joey Lehner got stuck between a rock and a hard place there, and there was really no shot that he was going to get out of that easily.
Yeah.
No surprises at all. But that is a tough out to surrender. But a 0-1 count on Newman. Once again, he grounded out to third his first time up. The 1-1, it is going to miss for, or now the 0-1, now it's 1-1, excuse me. But the base is cleared here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and it is up high for ball 2. And it does appear that the top of the 3rd inning is underway over on field number 2. The Reds are still up 4-0. And I feel like that is kind of a surprise, just given how that first game ended, Cam. They came out and they're going for redemption. But T3, they were really good, and right now their backs are heavily against the wall. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and it is wide for ball 3 when we are full. It is Brady White back up again as he is in the on-deck circle for the A's. So far, 40 pitches for Aiden DeRichko. And here comes the payoff pitch. It'll break up and in for ball 4, and Newman is on with a second consecutive walk. It's a one-out walk, but still, it's back-to-back. And there's only been 2 batters in this inning. Just shows you the obscurity of Lehner's outs, and that was kind of his own fault dancing in between the bases. I get what he was going for, but right now in this game, every run is going to matter. You have to try and work a little bit more for your runs. And you have to work a little bit harder to keep runners in the base path. You cannot just throw away your time out on the diamond. That's not really a good look. Popped up over towards the right side. And that one is going to be easily caught over at first for out number 2 as it hangs high on the infield. White just got too far underneath it. And with 2 down, that'll bring in Bryce Broom, the right fielder. Broom 0 for 1 as he flew out to left field his first time up. Making good time in game number 3 of the day. But with rain on the horizon, that is going to need to continue to be the case. The bunt is down over towards the left side, and it is going to be perfectly executed. Nicely done by Bryce Broom, and he will take his base.
Yeah, just a perfectly executed bunt, just like you said, right down the line. Force the pitcher, the catcher, and the third baseman to all converge. And luckily, they picked their heads up as they picked up the baseball to make sure someone would go cover third.
And that's what you have to do. You have to always be ready for the next play. But once again, it was a high IQ play by the offense. 2 on, 2 down. Bartiromo an opportunity to bring one in. And the longer this game goes on, the better the finish looks to be. I mean, if the game is 1-1 entering the 7th inning, that is going to be one heck of a potential walk-off. The 1-0 runs inside for ball 2. Next inning for the Lumber Company, it's Rollison, Hussey, and Trevisano, 5, 6, and 7. Here comes the 2-0, and it is low for ball 3. One more ball, and the bases would be loaded. An opportunity for the Class A's to separate themselves from the Lumber Company, and they will have the big chance that they have been wanting all inning. And the bases are now loaded for Ben Yoder. And time called as Missiner is going to go and talk with DeRichko. And I believe that Coach Cottrell is going to jog on out as well to talk to his starting pitcher. What do you think the words of wisdom are here?
Just need to get another out. Just got to get that final out, and then you can kind of go from it from there, whether you want to put him back out. I assume if he's able to get this final out here without surrendering any runs, most likely be back out for next inning, as I don't see anyone down in the bullpen, as you were just looking down there too.
And I'll put this out there. If you have to play a total of 6 games in this tournament and you use 2 pitchers per game, 12. Some of these teams don't carry 12 players alone. But that is the extreme of it, as that would be the one team. Only one team is going to have to play 6 games, but somebody's going to have to do it. Somebody's going to have to play 5. 2 teams are going to play 5, and then 4 teams are going to play 4 games. But pitching has to be an utmost priority. You have to preserve it as long as you can. And I think as long as DeRichko is out there, he is going to follow just like Mulligan and be out there until his arm falls off. Or I assume that's when he would have been pulled. The 1-1, it is down low for ball 2. Or in the spirit of Thurman Munson, went back into the olden days of baseball and decided to be like the pitchers in the days of yore and throw 200 pitches. Or what the average JV pitcher goes through. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball over towards third, and that is smooth. He wanted to throw across the diamond, but Cam, you saw it. He was right on the bag.
Absolutely. Didn't even need to.
That is maybe the best accidental put out of the game, and the inning is over. Smooth like butter for the defense. Through 3 in Canton. 1-1 is your score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Three complete at Thurman Munson. 1-1 your score. And Cam, look out into the outfield. It is starting to get darker and windier, which means one thing that is quite not good, and that is that there might be some rain on the horizon. Or a bad moon on the rise. And there it is, proving that Cam does not understand my references.
I didn't get that one.
The 0-1, shot to foul. An old song from, I believe, the 70s, which, if I'm wrong, I'll be corrected very soon, but a lot of good songs from back then. But no 2 count here on the leadoff hitter, Robinson. The pitch, it is well wide for ball 1. That was pitch 43 of the game for Chris Maurer. And you look at his stat line, Cam. 1 run allowed, 3 strikeouts. A relatively good day at the office for him. He has allowed a total of 3 hits, a double to Rollison, and then a pair of hits, a single and a triple to Luke Ickes. And Luke Ickes in his own right is well on his way to tournament MVP. He has been lights out. The 2-2 runs it inside for ball 3, and we are full. But we talked to both coaches before the game, and I think both seem very optimistic about this game. And I would imagine, especially with the Class A's, it's a lot of mashing and kind of combination play on the fly with a bunch of guys that really don't play together. And they're doing a great job building rapport quickly. Fly ball sent into center field. Newman easily underneath it, and he will have it for out number 1. But I'm sure, Cam, when you had guest players, or when you guest played on the Stingrays, I'll let you go to that. Kind of gelling with the squad was kind of tough at first, I'm sure, but once you got a game or 2 in, it got a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going in, you only know like 1 or 2 people, or in some people's cases, you don't know anybody. Maybe you just happen to play for them. You know, it's kind of a little awkward, but you know, you're just there to have fun, and then you start building some rapport with the guys, and then you know, you're out there having fun. And
who was there from our team? I think kind of made that rapport thing very tough. We had 3 that wanted to be there, 1 that didn't.
You.
Okay, yes, that's true. The 0-1, it is right there for 0-2. And you say that because I was concussed and I made you catch.
Yeah, I did.
In a demolition job at the Longhorns.
Yeah, that was so fun.
I got hit in the head at third base that game. And no, it wasn't a line drive. The 0-2 up high for ball 1. And that's the fun things about these kind of broadcasts. It's kind of a straightforward game. It's going along, and we can kind of have some other topics intermixed, and it's more of one of those big league broadcasts, but not like ESPN talking about Scooble being traded all the time. Ground ball hit over to second, and it is going to be dropped. And with 1 down, it'll be a base runner for the Lumber Company as Hussey will take advantage of the error.
We don't have Andre Nant doing a mukbang.
I think we're going to hold it there. We're going to We're going to do the Kevin Harlan hold it off for that one. With one down, that'll bring in Dom Trevisano. And if you're Dom, this is an opportunity to pick up where you left off in the last game where you had one really nice hit. And that nice hit ended up winning the game. This time he flies the ball into right field in foul territory. And it is going to hit a side net. 0-1 the count. But I'll tell you what, Cam, this breeze is quite nice.
I like it.
One of the rare times where the breeze is welcomed. A lot of the time in baseball, it happens on a fly ball, and then it moves direction completely, and you get hosed. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Just a bit inside as it almost goes behind him.
Well, the darker it gets, the more it seems likely that we're going to be, well, at least the players are going to be getting wet. It says in around 20 minutes, we can expect some rain here.
Swing and a miss now, 1-2 the count. And I think I called this earlier when I said that you would say it's supposed to not rain and then it would switch, and, well.
Well, it was supposed to, like, thunderstorm pour, and then it went away, and now
because that's better.
Yes, because they could
true.
still play in just rain.
Good hit over towards the right side, and that is down the right field line, putting 2 on. First and second with 1 down. Trevisano reaching for the second time in this game. That is his first base knock as well, as the other time was a walk. But yeah, you can just feel the wind picking up, and that is, I would say, the best indicator of a potential rainstorm. And in talking to people from McKinley, they did say this field does hold up quite nice. But unfortunately, Cam, I do think this is going to start looking eerily similar to the regional final.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry, but
Don't say that.
everything is in
Don't
line for it.
say that.
I'm going to say it. Zach Zimmerman now win the first baseman. He got hit by a pitch his first time up. Good drive down the right side. Foul. 0-1 the count. And the kicker is the whole tournament has to halt if it's bad, because both fields are next to each other. It's not like a 965 where there's games in North Canton, there's games at Tri-C, there's games in Lorain County. All of it's at Munson. That one runs inside. Zimmerman becomes Brandon Geyer once again. He wears that. And the bases are loaded with 1 down. And now it is Mount Union versus Mount Union. Hartman and Maurer. And I believe both are juniors. Hartman's a junior, and I believe Maurer is as well. So this is a classmate battle even. And this could be the turning point that the Lumber Company looks to exploit. First pitch hits the outer edge for strike 1. We've seen a couple of teammate battles this summer. One of the best ones being Ben Pierce taking on, I believe, it was a pitcher from Tri-C. Trying to think who it was, but on Premier. 0-1 in there now, 0-2 the counts. Now it's going to bug me. Who was the pitcher who was with Premier?
I can't think.
I think he's flopped teams halfway through. Either way, it was a Tri-C versus Tri-C battle, and I think it ended up being a walk. But an 0-2 count on Hartman. Maurer looking for a big strikeout, and he will not be able to get it as it misses wide for ball 1. But these are always the fun battles. You get to see some high school teammates go at it, college teammates go at it. It gives an extra layer of fun to the action. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and it is in the dirt for ball 2. Next inning for the Class A's, it is Aljancic, Palili, and Menard, 6, 7, and 8. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. Maurer has to do the tough thing, striking out his Mount Union teammate, but it is for the Class A's cause, and they are 1 out away from surviving a bases-loaded scare. But speaking of scare, it's Luke Akis again.
Yeah, not the guy you want to have at the plate if you're the Class A's right now.
And if you are Maurer, it's another one of your teammates and classmates. This one is going to be something special. And I think he knows this one's going to be the more difficult of the two so far. And that's nothing at all against Hartman. I mean, look at the writing on the wall. 2 for 2 in this game and had 2 hits last game. 4 hits in 2 games so far at the NABF World Series. He has been on a tear, as I would say expected. Before the 1-0, Ickes calls time, trying not to buy into the mind games of Maurer. Top of the 4th inning, 1-1 your score. The Lumber Company trying to take the lead. Ickes will take the 1-0 up high for ball 2. I will say, though, the first game will walk off, the second game, a total of a 4-run game. Nothing close to a run rule yet, really. It has been good competitive baseball all day at this competition. The 2-0 driven into center field. It is down. It is base hit number 5 at the tournament for Ickes, and it will drive into. It is a 2 RBI single. And now, can Luke Ickes even be stopped?
He's just, I thought he was going to go to second. The first baseman was in the middle of the diamond to get the cutoff, and he was standing in between first and second. I thought he was going to go.
I don't think Luke Ickes can be stopped. 3 for 3 in this game. Absolutely absurd from the rising junior at Mount Union and the alum of Green High School, the other Bulldog in the Federal League. And now it turns over to Shemek. And he has a good drive into deep left center field, and it is going to be down for extra bases. 1 run will score. Ickes is going to score as well, as it is a 2 RBI double. Back-to-back 2 RBI cracks, and all of a sudden it is a 5-1 ball game. The skies have opened up for the Lumber Company.
Wow. I mean, what a turn of events.
Welcome back offense. On 2 swings, 4 runs.
Clears the bases, and then he gets cleared by the next batter.
And now Maurer, he's going to go and talk with his catcher, Bartiromo. But if you're the Class A's, you were moments away from getting out of this inning 1-1. Now you're down by 4, wondering what just hit us.
And you still need an out here.
Stay with us after this game goes final, as we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. And I think, Cam, as things stand, you might be able to give it to the guy you wanted to give it to in game number 1. Good shot, that does happen. Shemek now at second base for Braden Clark to try and bring in. Hit over towards short. It is through into left center field, just over Lehner. They are going to send Shemek home, and he will score. And on the ball, going haywire in the infield. He is in at second. It is an RBI single. 3 hits in a row. 5 runs across those hits have scored. And on top of that, Cam, the runner at second base has been replaced.
Wow. And they still need another out. All of this with 2 outs, by the way.
And once again, a lot of this is because these guys are excellent college players. But Coach Cottrell's track record at Revere with so many power hitters, you see the correlation. And I mean, he was fired up after that first run scored. He wanted that run on the board, and you can't blame him. Since then, his boys have taken over. He's not usually the coach that goes out there and has a laugh before the game. He's the guy who, from the moment he pulls into the parking lot to the moment he leaves, is all business. And that might be enough to put the Lumber Company in a great spot to advance to the final 3. Ooh. And that'll run inside. Keep in mind, last year, they were the number 5 seed in the WRCL tournament. They stole a game off of T3 in the 4 versus 5 battle, then beat the number 1 seed Stark County Terriers before downing the number 2 seed Premier in the championship game. First year in the league, and they were the lowest ever seed with the worst record to ever win the WRCL title in the postseason. Take it into year number 2, once again below 500. Can they add NABF champions on there as well? That would be an impressive rise in 2 years. Last year it was a lot of Revere alums. This time he is dipping his hands back into the Mount Union cookie jar, and it is providing a lot of sweet hits. Ickes was here last year, and that's how we got our first introduction to Luke Ickes. And he has only gotten better since that fateful day in Brunswick where the Lumber Company played at 23 on Premier. And a lot of other things happened down the stretch, including an ejection that was not warranted. But we don't need to talk about the negatives about that day, as that was a day completely taken over by the Lumber Company. I think I told Coach Cottrell as I presented him the trophy, it's one thing to make it this far as the 5 seed. It's another to be the lowest seed and the team with the lowest record to ever win the title in your first year as an organization. And it was true. It was truly a great rise from the Mountaineer Lumber Company. And I'll tell you what, Cam, we talk about teams and organizations expanding all the time. If he can get his coaches in place, I know he has Coach Waidu as an assistant, as he does at Revere, but if he can pick up some guys like Jeffrey Slice to be an assistant coach somewhere, the Lumber Company can become a great travel organization that brings in the next era of Revere baseball. Just a thought for them. That could work. 1-2 the count on Rollison. The pitch. It'll run inside for ball 2. And speaking of Slice, he played for one of the hottest commodities this summer, the Cleveland Baseball Federation. And they were truly a joy to watch. John Carter has done a great job with them. And no surprise given his experience at Benedictine as their AD. The 2-2, it is there. Strike 3 looking on the edge of the plate. And the inning is over. Strikeout number 5 today from Chris Maurer. But 3 swings and 5 runs later, this is the Mountaineer Lumber Company's game to win. Halfway point in this one, it is the MLC up 6-1 on the Canton Class A's.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
If you are just tuning in, or if you tuned out for around 5 minutes, then you missed a lot of action. 3 swings, 3 total complete game-changing opportunities. 3-1, 5-1, 6-1, just like that. It was 2 RBIs from Ickes, 2 RBIs from Shemek, and 1 from Clark and Cam. Now a 6-1 game, the Lumber Company firmly in control. The 1-0 ground ball hit down the first base line, and it is an easy play for out number 1. Zimmerman barely has to move to even touch the bag. But I mentioned it right before it happened. That was going to be the big turning point in the game for one of those 2 teams. And clearly, it went to the Mountaineer Lumber Company.
Absolutely. I mean, just lit on fire there with 2 outs as well.
Are they an early favorite to win on Sunday? Or at least make it to Sunday?
I would say to make it to Sunday, yes, if they can continue to play like this.
And I think they have one of the best complete rosters in the league. And I mean, one of the favorites heading into the B2 Bulls, they lost their first game. If they lose again, then there's a chance that they're done. 0-1 it is there. Now 0-2 the count. You cannot go 0-2. That is simple. The Warhawks, they're trying to go to 2-0, and same with the Reds. They're trying to get a win. If they lose, they might be done. And same with the Barons later on today against the Terriers. Here is the 0-2, and it'll bounce in for ball 1. And there's a chance that we have 3 teams 2-0 and the other 4 0-2. And I think, Cam, that would pretty much solidify who is in to tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, even if you go 1-1, you're probably still going to need some help.
Did he go on the 1-2? Yes, he did. And there is out number 2. An anticlimactic strikeout, but still a strikeout nonetheless, as DeRichko now has 3. But I believe the Bulls play Canton Class A. So we'll have 3 teams that are 2-0 potentially, 3 teams that are 0-2, and then 1-1-1 team. So I think you kind of have your divider established if that is the case. First pitch just off the plate to Menard. 1-0 the count. The third baseman struck out looking his first time up. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 now. 1-1 the counts. Once again, Menard, he plays his college ball for Penn State Fayette. But if I am not mistaken, that is one of the satellite Penn State schools that is set to close. Always hate to see that. Good rip over to second base, and he got it. Throw to one on the money. The inning is over.
Wow.
How about this from the Mountaineer Lumber Company? They have turned a corner. Hussey with the web gem and the put out at one. I'll tell you what, Cam, something has changed with this group, and they want Sunday. They want to take that next step. They want to be the team that says we took out the top dogs of the Terriers. And if they can continue to play like this, then I would say odds are they have a good shot to do it. Through 4 in Canton, it is the Mountaineer Lumber Company 6. The Canton Class A's 1 your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Four innings complete at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. A good game so far for the Mountaineer Lumber Company as they are up 6-1 on the Canton Class A's. Throw across the diamond is on the money. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. And that is pitch number 73 today for Chris Maurer. But going back to last inning, my question is, was that a flash in the pan, or was this the offense that the Lumber Company brought to the table from the start today?
I mean, I think they've always kind of had it in their back pocket. We saw it in the first game. Their offense kind of explode late. We just saw their offense, obviously the offensive onslaught and their power right there. But I think if they can have a couple more consistent innings like that, they got to be the #1 team going in.
The 1-0 ripped down the third base line. What a pick over at third. The throw to one. It is there for out number 2. And that is a truly terrific stop by Menard down the third base line. The defense is going blow for blow. That is tremendous work. These players are impressing and then some today. They know what's on the line. Losing your first game in a tournament like this puts you in a very bad spot. And they understand that they don't want to be in that spot. Ground ball hit up the middle towards short, picked up in stride. The throw to one is true, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 inning, I believe, on 5 pitches for Chris Maurer. And that might keep him in the game a little bit longer. Middle of 5 at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. It is the Mountaineer Lumber Company up 6-1 on the Canton Class A's.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Before we get back into the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and we will love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcast. First pitch at the bottom of the fifth inning is roped into left field, and it is a leadoff single for Joey Lehner. Nicely done by the rising sophomore at Tri-C. What does it take this inning from the Canton Class A's, Cam, for them to get back into this game? Not saying scoring 5 runs, but at least to start to get back in it.
Yeah, I was going to say you got to score at least 1 to 2, and that definitely helps getting the leadoff man on.
And as it is the bottom of the fifth inning, this game is quickly winding down. Another good drive, this time to deep left center field, and it is in the gap for extra bases. That should score Lehner from first. He is going to be waved home, and he is in. It is an RBI double at a big time for Newman, and that is the second run of the game for the A's. Make it 6-2. 2 big rips to open up the inning, Cam, and that one is, I would say, one that falls in line with your message of get at least 1 or 2 home.
Absolutely.
And just like that, it's a 4-run game. Still, I would say a tough comeback, but manageable.
Slightly more manageable.
And now it is going to be Brady White stepping back in. White so far today 0 for 2 with a flyout and a pop-out. Good drive into left field once again. Still going back, but not enough depth as it is going to be caught in center for out number 1. And that is going to see Newman tag up to third. But an excellent cut there from Brady White. Put it in a good spot, just couldn't get the job done. And with 1 down, that is going to bring in Bryce Broom, the right fielder. Runner at third. An opportunity to make it 6-3. And if you're Broom, you just have to put this ball in play. It was an excellent bunt the last time we saw him. Doesn't even need to get that creative. Just, I would say, needs something to fall in the outfield. And if he gets that job done, then I would say he is well on his way to getting the job done that he is asked to do here. Tereshko bounces that one in. Now 1-1 the count. Excellent block behind the dish by Missiner. But a good game on hand. The wind's still blowing. It is blowing towards us up here in the press box. The 1-1, it is wide for ball 2. It is definitely becoming an overcast afternoon, bleeding into evening as it is 6:02, so I would say it actually is evening. And crazy that it is already 6 o'clock today. I feel like today, outside of that second game, has kind of blown by. The 1-2, chopped up the middle. That should get the job done. They should be able to get the out at first as well. And they do. 2 down. Both sides get something that they want out of that sequence. The A's get a run, and the Lumber Company gets an out and clears the bases. But just as you said, Cam, 2 runs and they're back in it. Here we are. A productive RBI ground out from Broom. And now that'll bring in Anthony Bartiromo, the catcher. A double and a walk for him so far today. First pitch, it is low for ball 1. Remember to stay with us for our final game of the day that is to follow this one as the Stark County Terriers take on the 3B Barons. The 1-0 is ripped into deep left center field, still going back, and it is going to be taken in by Ickes, and the side is retired. A relatively routine play over his back shoulder, but still a good catch nonetheless, and the side is retired. But the A's played a pair in the bottom of the 5th inning. To the 6th we go in our second to last game of the day. It is the Mountaineer Lumber Company 6, the Canton Class A's 3 your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium, top of the sixth inning, and it is the Mountaineer Lumber Company up 6-3 on the Canton Class A's. The Lumber Company so far, Cam, after a rocky start in the first inning of their day, they allowed a total of 3 runs. But since then, they have allowed 3 in this game, and their offense has come alive, scoring 10 since that point. But 1 up, 1 down to begin this inning as Hartman flies out. But heading in, this was the wild card. This was the team that we really didn't know how to gauge. Once again, below 500 in the WRCL. Were they going to have a good season, or were they going to turn into playoff Lenny and come alive in the playoffs? And it does appear that they are becoming playoff Leonard Fournette. Going across sports for that one. But he was truly an anomaly in that regard. First pitch missing wide for ball 1. It is the ever-dangerous Luke Ickes back in. Ickes 3 for 3, a pair of singles and a triple, along with 2 RBIs. The 1-0 bounces in for ball 2, and I really do not think Maurer has the slightest intention to pitch anything good to Ickes. I feel like given how good he has been, at this point, just walk him. Obviously, you want to battle, but that's not a bad alternative. 2-0 in there for strike 1. It's very rare that you say just walk the guy, but once again, Cam, you look at his stats today, he has been unreal. He has been lights out, and that's what you want to see from your star player. Now a 3-1 count on Ickes. But he started the day 0 for 2 with a ground out and a flyout, then an RBI single and a double in the last game. And once again, he will reach. That is ball 4. So that concludes his 8th at-bat of the day. He is overall 5 for 7 and has an on-base percentage of 75%. Jeez. Tournament MVP potentially of day number 1, if not the whole thing. He's an early candidate for it. Ground ball hit up the middle. This could be trouble. The flick to Laner is in time. His return to 1. It is also there, and the inning is over. Nicely done as the middle infield gets a 6-4-3 double play, and the inning is over. And if you are the Class A's, you needed a double play like that. Something to get momentum back in your court.
Absolutely, and now you got to continue that momentum with the offense, and you got to continue to score runs like you did last inning.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. It is starting to get into the nitty-gritty of this one. 6-3 your score. It is the MLC on top on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The Class A's were able to plate a pair back in the bottom of the 5th inning. They will try and do it again here. DeRichko stays on the mound for the Mountaineer Lumber Company. A total of 69 pitches so far. And his 70th is right down Broadway for strike one. Both pitchers staying in the game. And this is really obscure for the WRCL guys, as they are used to pitching a total of 4 innings at most. But DeRichko, as he throws pitch 71, is 5 innings into his outing. And it's 1 strike away from becoming 5 1/3 inning into his outing. And he has held up very nicely. DeRichko's 0-2. And it'll bounce in, blocked behind the plate by Bartiromo by Mountaineer for ball 1. Once again, score update from Thurman Munson Field 2. It is the Jasper Reds up 6-5 on the T3 Warhawks. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Weak chop, and it is going to be taken in foul behind the plate. But I still love that move from Mountaineer, making sure it was a foul ball, applying the tag just in case. And once again, it is becoming a gloomy day at Munson. The 1-2 ripped foul, and that is in the bleachers. The clouds have descended once again on the diamond. And I believe rain is set to hit the premises in around an hour. Here comes the 1-2 once more. And it'll miss up high from DeRichko. Count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ben Yoder leading things off. A fielder's choice and a ground out to short. And his 2 trips so far. Swing and a miss. It is a drop 3rd strike. Tag not there. Throw down to confirm is on the money. 1 up, 1 down. And strikeout number 4 today for Aiden DeRichko. And a good time to get it, as the A's are starting to get some momentum back. This is where the Lumber Company can completely squash it. And so far at this diamond, Cam, it is the visitors winning. They're 2 for 2 so far today. First pitch in there for strike 1. And across the board right now, assuming this result holds over here, the WRCL would be 4-1. 4-2 if the result holds on the other diamond. The 0-1 up high, now 1-1 the count. This is their tournament, and they definitely want to control it, and I think that might do it on the other diamond. A 2-run homer just was hit. So that is going to make it 8-5. The 1-1 shot foul off to the right side, now 1-2 the count. And that'll be interesting to see. The Reds 1-1, and same with T3. Which team can push themselves across to make it to Sunday if either team has a shot? But that is a question that we will ask ourselves later on in the tournament, as this is still the early stages of it. The 1-2 driven down the left field line, foul. I think after this next game we'll have a clearer idea, but I would say the Lumber Company, potentially the Reds, and Stark County Terriers are my top 3 right now. Just depends on how the other game ends up. The 1-2 runs inside and hits him. And Eljancic will wear it for a 1-out hard 90. And now the goal is to move him along the bases, down by 3. As well, for those just tuning in, The next game is supposed to get underway at 6:30, but Cam, I think you agree. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, it's not happening.
This whole idea of game number 1 going to extra innings.
Surprised the rain is held.
You cannot be
just
serious.
say that? Why'd I just say
you
that?
You cannot be serious.
You know.
First pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
That is on me.
Out of all the things that we have seen this year,
I stopped myself as I was saying it too. You know, I'm tired. Give me a break.
The 1-0. It is there. Now 1-1 the count.
I'm just thinking out loud.
It's like me when I have a piece of cake. I know I shouldn't have it, but that makes it better because I know I shouldn't be having it. Little Family Guy call out there too. The 1-1. Swing and a miss now. 1-2 the counts. I know people have given us a lot of different broadcast names, but I kind of think the best one is just the 2 old guys from the Muppets. That's pretty much how it goes a lot of the time. Obviously with a serious overtone, but a couple of interesting, I would say, waffle sessions, if you will. Going with the British terminology. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Palili. And he will cut through and miss for out number 2. Strikeout number 5 today for Aiden Derichko. Palili, his last time up, did strike out, so that is his second time today striking out after beginning the game with an RBI single. 2 down now for Menard in the on-deck circle. It is Joey Lehner. Good pop into center field, but right to Luke Ickes. And the potential tournament MVP makes the play to retire the side. Derichko is fired up. He is happy, and so are the rest of the Lumber Company players. Through 6 at Thurman Munson Stadium, it is the MLC on top. 6-3 your score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Back on for the final inning of play in game number 3 of the day as the Mountaineer Lumber Company is looking to book their second win of the afternoon. First pitch sent into left center field, and it is down in the gap. It is going to be a leadoff long single for Clark. Took that elongated turn over at first base, but in the end, he does stay put. And that is a big knock to get things underway in the final inning. The Lumber Company up by 3, but looking for any way possible to solidify their lead as they look to walk out of here 2-0. And that would really put them in a good spot to be back on the channel come Sunday for the championship rounds. Make sure you do stay with us after this game goes final, and after our final commercial break, then we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. A lot of good candidates for that. And make sure you stay with us later on tonight as we will have our final game of the day as the 3B Barons. That is going to give me the worst alliteration struggle of all time. The 3B Barons, there we go, as they take on the Stark County Terriers in what looks to be a great nightcap. High pop-up off to the right side, and a coach is pushed out of the way, and it won't matter. First base coach setting a pick. I guess kind of confuse the sports of baseball and basketball. Count now 2-1 on Missener. After the catcher goes to Rollison, then Hussey. But I would say, Cam, this Mountaineer Lumber Company squad has really impressed me. I had my expectations coming in around 1-1 for them. They've exceeded it and then some. And this is a group that you have not seen and we have not seen this year. But just knowing what they had last year and the pieces they lost, the fact that they have been able to gel together now, it is truly outstanding. And I am truly looking forward to hopefully potentially seeing them again on Sunday. 3-1, it is low for ball 4. And that'll put 2 on with nobody out. And now that'll set up Brady Rollison, the third baseman. A double, a flyout, and a strikeout to his name so far. And speaking of Sunday, that is going to be our final day of coverage as it is for summer baseball. And then we will have some time off before we get our fall coverage started. I believe right now our first game that at least is kind of written down is going to be Padua and Hoban Volleyball on August 19th. Ground ball down the first base side, scoops up, and they will get the out over at first for out number 1. And the throw across the diamond to third is well late. But that game between Hoban and Padua is going to be the battle of the two teams that Gilmore knocked out in the regional tournament this past season. So I'm sure Cam can understand why we selected those two games, or those two teams, to see as our first volleyball contest of the year. And that'll be a nice warm-up for me as I get ready for a lot of Mount Union volleyball. Maybe not a lot of days, but a couple of 2 or 3 game days. And for volleyball, that can be a very long outing. First pitch, it is there for strike 1. And we saw that with the MCVL tournament. And that was back during Lenten when the MCVL guys brought in Canes on a Friday. I was beside myself. I was very upset. 0-1, fly ball sent into right field. This could be taggable territory. Broom has it, and now the relay home, and it won't matter.
Whoa.
And now there's some miscommunication. It will matter. But everybody is safe. Why didn't he throw it? Either way, 2 down, and everybody is safe.
To at least, you just need 1 out.
You throw to third.
Or throw to, you just need 1 out.
And now the Lumber Company having some words across the diamond as it looks like they had a discrepancy of which runners should go and which runners should stay. But everything seems to have worked itself out, at least for now. And on top of that, Maurer has thrown 94 pitches. He might not get the win today, Cam, but I am truly impressed with him.
I'm impressed with him, too. I mean, coming in throwing now 95 and still more to come is really just generally impressive, yeah. I couldn't do that.
I mean, the most that we saw, I think, was 120 from Dom Marchetta in his final ever Holy Name outing. The 0-1, it is off the plate now, 1-1 the counts. But that in its own right from Dom was just truly impressive, and hopefully he does officially get that roster spot at BG. If not, I feel like he would be really hard done by. He's going there, but if he's going to play, it's still up in the air. I don't think any official announcement has been made either way. He says he's committed, but he's waiting for a roster spot to open up. That's my understanding. And that is another issue with the NIL and the portal era of NCAA sports. The 2-1, it is off the plate for ball 3. But still, it's weird. BG signed Andrew Jones, or Drew Jones as he's more known, from Lakewood already for the class of 26. I guess they're banking on a spot opening up next year. 3-1, swing and a miss, and we are full. Once our podcast is officially up and running, which hopefully will be soon now that we won't have any games, that's going to be a good conversation about the NIL era and the transfer portal. Full count 3-2, and a big opportunity for Maurer to get out of the inning on pitch 100. Here it is, and it is in the dirt for ball 4. So his outing will bleed into the 100s. And I don't think there's any action in the bullpen, and I'm not really surprised. And I like how these teams are going with the philosophy of, okay, no matter what, he's our guy. That is great. You don't see that anymore in travel ball. One bad inning, you know what, you're getting yanked. It's not great. It discourages the kids, and it doesn't give them an opportunity to work out of innings. Here you have that chance, and with one throw across the diamond. He
Whoa.
won't. It's going to be wide.
They're calling it a foul ball.
But that is weird. He played it first.
Yeah.
Hold on. Where did this ball hit?
I thought that was fair.
If it went foul at all and it went back fair, then that's going to be an issue. Tough to see as we didn't expand out in time, but if that was in foul territory and he played it, that's fair. That's the issue. But I guess we're going to see it again. 0-1 the count as it is going to be ruled foul. Zimmerman takes that one the opposite way, now 0-2. And speaking of 0-2, that's what the board says as we are officially in the 100s from Mauer. 102 pitches. I think that is just tremendous. It's the summer. These guys should be taking it easy, but not at all. They're just going out there and they're grinding through these tough innings. Here comes the 0-2 from Mauer. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired on pitch 103. He concludes his day getting his 6th strikeout. It might be a losing effort, but that remains yet to be seen as the Class A's have one more chance to tip the scales in their favor. Middle of 7 at Thurman Munson. It is the Mountaineer Lumber Company 6, the Canton Class A's 3 your score as you are watching the 2025 NABF College World Series on SmeeSports in partnership with the WRCL and the NABF.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Well, here it is, the bottom of the 7th inning, the final half inning of game number 3, and it is off with a pop-up to second, and it is caught for out number 1. A very simple start to the final half inning as Lehner is unable to sneak it past. As well, score update from Thurman Munson Field 2. It is now a 9-5 ball game. The Jasper Reds are on their way to splitting the day and going 1-1. And that then gives them a shot. And now as the fans are moving back, Cam, I think we're going to get our dreaded words. It's raining.
It is.
First pitch, it is there for strike 1. And we will see if we do start the final game on time or not. When I say on time, Cam, I mean in regard to our new timeline, which is around 7 o'clock. 0-1 popped over towards right field, and it is down for a 1-out single. TJ Newman now 2 for 3 today. And that is hopefully, if you are the Class A's, the start of a rally in this inning, as you need a lot more where that came from. As well, make sure you stay with us after our final commercial break. Then we will announce our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. And then after that, it is off to game number 4, the Stark County Terriers and the 3B Barons. First pitch, a strike on Brady White. 0-1 the counts. The pitch, wave and a miss now, quickly down in the count, 0-2. But the Mountaineer Lumber Company moments away from sealing another great win today. And this one in a slightly more convincing fashion. Our big question was, could they do it again? Could they be consistent? And I would say today they have been. Game number 2, a great improvement. 0-2 there for strike 3 looking. And that is out number 2. And the Mountaineer Lumber Company, for the first time today, can sound their final countdown. Derichko now with 6 strikeouts. 92 pitches as well, and he is in line for a great win today. Bryce Broom, the right fielder, the last line of offense for the Class A's. They need him here. Swing and a miss on the first one. 0-1 the count. But a win here, and more than likely we will see the Lumber Company again on Sunday. Runner goes 0-1. It is wide. Now 1-1 the count. Throw down for the game. Not in time. And he will be in safe. That could have ended us a little bit early, Cam, but in the end it was not there. And it does appear that the game going on off to our right is behind us. They did just end the bottom of the 6th inning, so they are entering the 7th inning over there. 1-1 count. It is up high for ball 2. It'll be good to see what the Stark County Terriers can bring to the table, and who do they throw? A lot of good arms, but this could be a spot for Ty Dennison. The 2-1, it is going to be wide for ball 3. And I'm sure in between games, Coach Sabo will give us some really good insight, as he has been really good to us, as we have covered the Terriers a couple of times before today. And the whole organization has been great, from Greg Turbovich all the way down. 3-1, it is in the dirt for ball 4. And the game will continue, and that'll actually bring up a tying run in Bartiromo. We saw 2 home runs on the other field. Do we see one here to tie it up at 6? 97 pitches in. Derichko is going to have a word with his catcher, as Missener is going to try and settle him down before he goes out and tries to end the game again here. It's a really tough spot for him. He wants to end it, but he has to be careful. One wrong pitch, and this game completely flips. First pitch tipped back, 0-1 the count. And based on that swing, Cam, I don't think he's trying for a single, double, or triple. He wants the long ball. 0-1 the counts on Bartiromo. Once again, a double, a walk, and a fly out to his name. 1 for 2 overall. Good rip to the left side. It is through into left center field, and that'll bring in 1. It is an excellent piece from Bartiromo, and the tying run is now at first base. 6-4 your score. Timely hitting at its finest for the Class A's. Bartiromo, one of the prettiest swings of the ball game. And now, what kind of trickery do we see over at first base? Do we see that steal? What do you do here, as this is kind of a catch-22 situation? Your tying runs at first. You could do a first and third and bring in the run from third. If he's out stealing second, you're done.
Exactly. I was going to say that. Like, yes, you want to get this run on third home, but really, in the grand scheme of things, he doesn't mean much other than getting one closer. The runner on first is more important.
First pitch to Yoder. It is low, but in the zone for strike 1. And yet again, Cam, we get ourselves a great finish. Talk about a great tournament so far. That was pitch 100, by the way, for Derichko. The 0-1 misses high. Now 1-1 the counts. Both pitchers in the 100s today, and that is just great resilience from them. The 1-1, it is going to skip left, and the tying run is now at second. Is it out of play, though? I don't know if that matters for his advancement. Either way, now a 6-5 ball game. And the tying run, Cam, 180 feet away. This is playoff baseball at its finest.
Wow.
And you could start to just feel the stress of the Lumber Company bleed up here. And the Class A's, oh, by the way, they have another game after this. Swing and a miss, now 2-2 the count, as they will take on the B2 Bulls on Field 2 to round out the day over there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Derichko trying to win it here. Swing and a miss. It is a drop third strike. They need the throw to confirm it, and it is there. By the skin of their teeth, the Mountaineer Lumber Company hangs on and takes down the Canton Class A's. 6-5 your final.
Wow.
Tying run stranded. And Derichko gets his 7th and final punch out, sealing the deal. And on top of that, Missener's throw down to first confirms it. But what a stressful finish to game number 3 today. 6-5 your final. The Lumber Company improves to 2-0 We will step aside, hear a word from our sponsors one final time, and be back on to announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium in Canton. 6-5 your final. The Mountaineer Lumber Company ekes out a victory against the Canton Class A's. Your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. It is a Mount Union Purple Raider cam in Luke Ickes. 3 for 3, 2 singles, a triple, 2 RBIs and a walk. And across 2 games today, 5 for 7, a total of 3 RBIs. And a 75% on-base percentage. He's an early candidate for tournament MVP, and he wins our player of the game for this game. As I'll toss it over to you, he was lights out.
Yeah, I mean, really started to heat up back in that first game. And then he was on the mound as well. That was even more impressive. As you said, not a natural pitcher. Usually he plays in the outfield, but obviously showed his talents in Game 1 and then just kept it going in Game 2, like you said, really propelled the Lumber Company's offense and helped him get this win today, and really shows no signs of slowing down. I mean, I don't want to, if I'm an opposing pitcher, I don't want to pitch to him.
And I don't think anybody tomorrow is going to be too happy to see number 11 smiling back at them from the batter's box. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist 2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 5,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you're new, go down below and subscribe. There is no cost added to that, and it greatly helps on all we do here at SmeeSports. If you want to become a broadcast sponsor, the information is on your screen right now on how you can join our line of tremendous broadcast sponsors. But that'll do it for game number 3. One more left to go. Time to flip on over to the 3B Barons as they take on the Stark County Terriers. For Cam Ragazzo, I am Nathan Smee saying so long for now from Thurman Munson Stadium, and we will see you again in a few moments for our nightcap. This has been the 2025 NABF College World Series on SmeeSports in partnership with the WRCL and the NABF.